Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we bring to you gist from the royal palace of Oba Saheed Elegushi. Speaking about the loss and the death of his one and only son, the heir apparent to the throne, the popular blogger called Gist Lover has one or two things to share and shed light on as to what could be the cause of the death of the boy. Although it was not stated, it was not mentioned or clarified as to what was the cause of the death, but the boy was said to have been ill and healthy before the time of his death. This terrible news was shared online by popular bloggers stating that the king just lost his only son, the heir apparent to the throne. Well, the popular blogger called Gislova stated that the experience was a bittersweet one for the family because it was just right after Hadiza, the second wife of Oba Elegushi, went to put to bed and gave birth to a baby girl. On arrival from the hospital the following day, the son died. Popular blogger also stated that that stated that there is no way and it's not possible for Oba Saheed Elegushi to have a son, and the only gender of child he is going to be having is just girls, and if they should look into it properly, that son doesn't belong to her husband. As we all know and expected, the marriage between Hadiza and Oba Elegushi has never sat well with Olori Sekinat from the onset of the marriage, and they've had their back and forth over this from time to time. In fact, they went loggerheads with each other at Elegushi's birthday party. The two wives had to be called to order to maintain sanity and rein their horses, well, stating some of the things that seemed hidden to a lot of bloggers on social media. Here is what Gislova has to say concerning the death and the passing of Oba Elegushi's son. Stating this, it says, and I quote, "The story behind how Oba Elegushi lost his only son. Hello, Twetwe. That time where this bus incident happened, I know they are around to shed more light to it. And trust all these bloggers now half-baked gist them they always post. Oba Elegushi lost his son, just like that? How? What led to it? Bloggers forget tell una say na happiness meets sadness for the Elegushi house too. Because the second wife just gave birth again, and after returning to the house from where she go born, now the second day their only son die. So as it is now, Queen Seki and Queen Hadiza na same. Both have girls now. According to our source, the two wives are always at loggerheads as Sekina refused to take in Hadiza with her whole heart because she said she suffered with Oba Elegushi, so Hadiza can come from nowhere and start reaping all the goodness. Our source revealed it to us that Queen Sekinat keep telling people that the Oba can't bear a male child, and she has her reasons for saying that, and they should check Queen Hadiza's son well to be sure. Long story short, the second wife got pregnant again, and the second pregnancy turned out to be a girl, just like Sekinat have girls alone too. Our source also revealed that the son was not sick and he was hale and hearty a day before he died. He was said to have just little fever and temperature. Before we say Jack Robinson, the child is no more. Prior to the passing of the prince, Queen Hadiza, page handler on Instagram, been doing the most. Her caption is always head to the throne, Iya Remo, blah blah blah. The thing they cause fight well for comment section. Then, but who are we to question God as the thing we happen don't happen? Now waiting Yoruba they call Idonushubu Layo. As it is now, the two queens are taking care of their girls respectively. We sympathize with the Elegushi kingdom. We also rejoice with them for their new addition and bundle of joy. I come in peace. Igwewendu oniwo mawao. End quote. This was what the popular blogger has to say concerning the death and the passing of the king's child. Speaking on the relationship and how they started their love story, that is Olori Sekinat and Oba Elegushi. She said they didn't meet in high school, as a lot of bloggers have stated, but that they met at her mother's shop, and that was where they started their love story from. Initially, she didn't want to give in, but eventually she realized something different about the king Oba Saheed Elegushi. Sharing this, she said, We didn't meet in school as some reported. We met at my mom's shop in Lagos Island, precisely the popular Moshalashi Jimo fabric market. He had a friend close to my mom's shop at that time, and I would just come to stay at my mom's shop when I am on holiday, and he just approached me suddenly like that, and I turned him down. I tried to avoid so many of the young men around that area then. So he went to meet his friend that he saw one fine girl that wore glasses and reading magazines, and the friend told him not to come closer because he knows I will not respond to him. But he summoned courage. We became friends and we see often. We gist and play. I actually find him funny and jovial. As we went on, he later asked that we started dating, and I said I thought we are friends already. What else do you want? Of course, I liked him already, so I couldn't resist for much. It may interest you to know that I didn't even know he was a prince, and from there we started moving together. I remembered he once convinced me to ride a Molue, something I never did because I had a car. It took me to board a Molue. It was even so full that I had to sit on his lap. It was weird, but I liked the experience, and it formed part of our memories of growing and developing together. I think I even lost a jewelry during the Molue ride. End quote. This was Olori Sekinat explaining how they both met, and hearing this part of the story and stating that she suffered with the king didn't correlate, and this made a lot of people and fans react that it is not possible that you say you suffered with him, because you guys were both in money. You guys were both born with silver spoons in your mouth. Well, I guess what she might mean by this is they've been through thick and thin. No matter how much money they have, everyone has one or two things which is bothering them. And of course, they celebrated 17 years of marriage, and by now they should be looking forward to celebrate 19 to 20 years of marriage together. She continued in her story by saying, I just knew because I had to take him to my dad to introduce him as my boyfriend, and he was stunned, asking me all those questions a parent would ask. I reminded him I was in my final year at the university, so I should have a boyfriend. At that time, he was already on NYSC outside Lagos. When he came back after 3 months, we knew what we wanted and we were ready to get married. My dad was not in a rush, so gave me another month to think about it. After a month, I went back to him that we are ready to get married, and the marriage plan started. My father was even particular about where we will be living because we are still young. We had a big wedding. You know what you people call society wedding. We started from there, and today we thank God for how far we have come. End quote. This was Olori Sekinat sharing the beautiful love story of herself and Oba Elegushi. And of course, it was a pain in the heart for her hearing that Oba Elegushi got married to Queen Hadiza after the beautiful years spent together. But of course, it's expected. He is the king, and polygamy comes with the terrain. So it's expected for the king to fall head over heel for another woman and have such woman as his wife. Well, we pray that good news shall continue to come forth from the palace of the Elegushi. Well, guys, there you have it. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and drop your comment in the comment section below. Thank you. Bye.